Yes. Yes, we can start. I think we'll not wait. We will start on time. Others can just join. Give me 1 minute. Take out the call. Om. 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 सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्म हृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकम् सत्यं परं धीमहि सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् ततो जयमुदीरयेत् So we have a little more to go. So in the 9th chapter itself, we've been seeing lots of short stories. Right now we are seeing the story of Vishwamitra. Okay. So we're looking at the story of Vishwamitra here. Vishwamitra, a Rajasic king who sees Vashishta, goes to his ashram after a hunt, and there he is met with a feast because of she's Surabhi Shambhala, so that cow that Vashishta had.
Nandini.
Yeah, but here they are using some other name. Yes, even I thought it was Nandini, but
Is it?
yeah, here
But
some
Kamadenu's daughter Nandini is also
Shabala,
called.
because of the gifts of Shabala,
She has, that's the another name. Yes.
name for Nandini. Yeah. So he goes on, he goes and he does lots of tapas to get all the astras, but because he keeps, I mean, all the divine astras and all Vashishta is holding is his
Yeah,
danda,
frozen.
his Rishi danda, and everything is just. I am king and all these. Did I freeze?
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. So he was, giving out all these astras, and all these astras were just easily defeated. Vasishta wasn't even doing anything, he was just holding his danda, and everything was disappearing into it. It was absolutely left, powerless. So then he was like, oh, a rishi's power is so high. And he goes on to do more tapas. And even after a lot of tapas, he gets the name Raja Rishi, which he is not happy with. Where were we? He is, after all of these years of tapas, this is the last line. I have been called a Raja Rishi. I feel I have not done enough. I will try again. But that is perseverance. That is the kind of tapas we need, especially for those of us who are in Grihastha and all that, right? We have our Rajasic elements maybe a little higher. So if we really want to seek what we want to see, our goal, if we have anything, which is Vasana, Chitta Vritti Nirodha, or Vasana Kshaya, or Chitta Shuddhi, whatever we are thinking, we need to do some very sincere, perseverant, regular sadhana over a long time. If you do every day longer time, it will happen sooner, which may not be possible for us as grihasthas. But whatever we do regularly, if we do, we will also make a lot of leeway. So King Trishanku of the solar race. You want to read Prabha?
Sure. King Trishanku of the solar race. In the dynasty of the sun was a famous king by name Trishanku. Actually, his name was Satyavrata. Okay.
Mm.
He doesn't become his Trishanku here. He was a good king and a very righteous as all the kings of the race were. All of us, all on a sudden, the king was filled with a strange desire. He wanted to reach the heavens with the human body. He approached his guru Vashishta with this desire in his heart and asked him to perform a yajna which would help him achieve this end. Vashishta refused, saying, "This is an unnatural and impious wish on your part. I cannot help you to reach the heaven with this body." Trishanku was sorely disappointed. He renounced his throne and travelled south. There he met the sons of Vashishta and asked them to help him gratify his desire. They were 100 in number and they had performed tapas for several years. They were rich in tapas. Trishanku, when he approached them, saluted them with reverence. Standing with folded palms, he said, "I have surrendered myself to you. I am the king whose guru is your dear father. I request you to perform for me a sacrifice which will make me reach the heavens with this human body." Guru Vashishta the famed refused to help me and asked me to look for someone else to do it for me. I have no one else but the sons of my Guru, and so I have come to you for help. Rich as you are in the wealth of tapas, I beseech you to help me. It has always been your ancestors who have been the preceptors for the line of Ikshwaku. You are like gods to us, and you should grant me my prayer. The sons of Vashishta were very angry with the king. They said, "You are very sinful and stupid. When our father has refused to perform a sacrifice, saying that it is against all dharma, how dare you approach us with the same request?"
These
Vashishta
things we have covered actually, but so we will just read on.
Okay. Vashishta has been your Kulaguru. He has advised the kings of your line ever since Ikshwaku ruled the earth, and he has disapproved of your desire. He has told you that it is not possible to do such a thing. How then do you expect us to do something which our father has not sanctioned? You are indeed childish in your desire. Go back to your city and resume your kingly duties. We are not prepared to insult our father by taking up your cause. The king was very unhappy at their reply. He said, if my guru refuses to help me and his sons too, what am I going to do? I have only one course open. I will go in search of another guru who will grant me what I desire. Now Vashishta's sons were furious with him. They could not brook the insult to their father and to themselves. They therefore cursed him and said, you are a Gurudrohi. From this moment you become a Chandala. Having cursed him, they returned to the ashrama. The unhappy king returned to his city with his heart heavy with pain and disappointment. When the night passed, the king found that he had become a Chandala. His clothes were black, his skin, which was once golden, had turned black. His neck was adorned with, which was adorned with was adorned with wildflowers, and the ornaments of gold which he had been wearing had turned into crude ones made of iron. When he entered the city, the people jeered at him and they could not recognize him. Even his ministers were unable to believe him when he told them who he was. He was chased out of the city by the citizens who made fun of his appearance. Trishanku thought for a while and decided that there was one person who could surely help him. He had heard so much about the intense tapas with which Kaushika the king had been performing, about his becoming a Rajarishi because of his tapas. The king Trishanku hurried towards the spot where Kaushika was absorbed in tapas.
Anything coming to you before we move here?
So this actually for everyone, I'm sure everyone would have understood that this is the Ikshvaku dynasty of the, that is the solar rays of where Rama was also part of. And the Satyavrata, it is said that so such a, the desire suddenly just came, it's like a child suddenly thinking that I want a Lego toy, or suddenly the lady thinking that let me have a Gadwal silk or a Banarasi silk saree, and then you're continuously obsessed with that. So this is a clear case of obsession to satisfy and gratify this desire, and not having the discriminative ability to think whether it is right of me to even have this desire, that as a human body can I even go there. So that was something which is very important for us when um, I had the opportunity to direct a drama on Vishwamitra some
Mm.
months ago. And when I was scripting this whole thing itself, it brought about a lot of interesting reflections for me also, where we also become like Trishanku, Satyavrata, right? Sometimes a desire catches on so much that when that desire catches on, it's difficult to move out of that bubble. We are not able to see out of that what is right or wrong, because the desire is so strong that this is how it needs to happen. And many people might come in our life at that time to say, no, this is not the one which is needed for you, or this is not the one, or some kind of through some books or through some sessions you might find. But still we get so obsession. So some people come and tell me I'm having obsessive compulsive disorder, Prabha, because I'm in that loop process. So rather than thinking so negative about us, it's important that where am I caught, in which desire I'm caught so much that it could be just a position in the office, or it could be just something which I really want that to happen for my child. I remember a mother being so obsessed, or I don't know whether that is a right word to say, being so focused or extra overly focused that the daughter should not marry the boy which she has chosen. The daughter has chosen a boy, and there is obsessive thing, a desire that this daughter should marry the person whom she desires to. So she was unable to look outside the box, saying that what is the daughter wanting, what is the daughter really needing, but rather than concentrating on her own desire that I want my daughter to be married like this. So there is and then it has resulted in so much of suffering. But the suffering is not because of the daughter or the choice of the daughter's boyfriend, but it is all about her own desire that this is how it has to happen. So most of the time we need to understand that how, whether are we also in the process of being a Trishanku's nature, when we go proceed further in the story, we will understand that also, which Raghuramji also talks about in Sanatana Dharma session. In Grasthashram also, sometimes we are placed in some situation, we feel that should I say something? Should I not say something? Should I do something? Should I not do something? So we are caught up like Trishanku many times. And that is the time to listen to our inner voice to know that, yes, this is what is needed. So as we proceed further in the story, we will also try to understand what's happening when Trishanku now, the king, I would not say Trishanku right now, when the king meets the other king who is a tapasvi right now. King Kaushika is a tapasvi as of now. So let us see
So a
what's.
Chandala, if you also look at it, is very nicely chosen. Chandala, we call outcast or whatever, but it is what it is Chandala is one who where a Brahmin, a son of a Brahmin and a Sudra. That is how it is typically given, in the sense that a Brahmin say it's a combination of a Sattva guna and a Tamo guna. If you look at it that way, this Chandala, right? So there is a constant moving between Sattva and Tamo. I want to go to heaven, but I am so attached to the body and I want to go with the body to that heaven. Somehow, that's it's not, if it is purely Tamoguna, it will only one's nature will be all about survival. Let me, eat, sleep, procreate. This it will be within this. So somewhere there is the thing that I have to go there, but there is a combination. That's why that Chandala nature, it is like neither here nor there, but a combination of these two kind of thing. So that tamoguna, that strong identification is the with the body causes this very obsessive desire. Uh, and that is also, it's some very deep vasana, right? That is why this is happening, and this will lead in some direction. It will go. We will see how it goes.
And the profession of a Chandala also, as we have seen very rightly, the curse has also happened is absolutely he burns the body of a person, right? Of that.
Yeah.
So it is almost like trying to give him that sense in there also that,
That
hello.
his body is only supposed to be burnt, correct?
Yes.
To help with that detachment.
Yeah, so here actually the curse also, if it had been used as a understanding and as a learning, it would have really elevated him in that way.
Mm,
You know what, when I'm burning the dead body, actually the body is dying, but not the soul. So in that way, it could have, but still the desire was so strong that he was unable to see beyond anything else.
correct.
Now we are going to see,
Chinmayanand, huh?
now
Somebody.
we are going to enter the scene where he
Yeah,
meets
yeah.
Kaushika.
Chinmayananda ji talks about desires. Just want to put that across. Happiness quotient is equal to desire entertained, desire fulfilled divided by desire entertained. I know it's making it mathematical, but just happiness quotient is equal to desire full. I'll just probably put it in the chat. Happiness quotient is equal to desire fulfilled divided by desire entertained. Okay, I put it in the chat here. So if the denominator is less, the happiness quotient is higher. Always. If the denominator is zero, the happiness quotient is infinite. Right? Just remember that.
Yeah.
Chalo, we'll move. Go on, Prabha. Hearing the words of
Let it go
affection.
a little up.
Oh, up, I missed something. Ah,
Yes, Kaushika was intent on his meditation and Trishanku stood by silently without disturbing him. So he stood for a long time. Kaushika felt someone standing near him and opened his eyes. He saw the dark and ugly looking Chandala standing at some distance. His eyes and his face were the very picture of woe, and Kaushika, whose heart was already ready with sympathy, felt that this man was suffering intensely. He called him near and asked him, "How can I help you? I can see that you are Trishanku, the king of Ayodhya. You are a great warrior and a good king. Tell me, what can I do for you? I guess that this Chandala's form which you are suffering is a result of some curse. Tell me, what can I do to alleviate your pain?" Hearing the words of affection which were spoken by Kaushika, the king was overcome with gratitude. His eyes filled with tears. He folded his palms and said, "My Guru Vashishta and his sons have refused to help me realize my desire. I asked them to make me reach the heavens with this human body, and they would not grant me my desire. I have performed 100 yajnas, but they are not enough, evidently, to allow me the privilege. I have never in my life spoken a lie, and I will never do so hereafter. I swear that I have ruled my subjects with great affection. Never once have I transgressed the rules which a Kshatriya should follow. I have always tried to please elders, and I have always set my mind on Dharma. Seeing that all this has been but futile when it cannot grant me a small desire, I realize that man's attempts are always useless and fate is the only powerful factor. Everything is controlled by fate, and fate is the ultimate refuge of all. I have now come to you asking you if you will help me realize my desire to reach the heavens with this mortal body. I have no one else to whom I can go with this request. It is up to you to help me and to prove to the world that even fate can be subdued by the attempts of man, that the will of man is more powerful."
What are you able to see from whatever, what is the characteristic coming out? If anybody would like to unmute and see. So this, anything, whatever you can. I have swear that I have ruled my subjects with great affection. Never once have I transgressed the rules which is a Kshatriya follow. I have always tried to please elders and I have always set my mind on Dharma. Seeing that all this has been but futile when it cannot grant me a small desire.
Ma'am, the concept of I here
Is very high.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have done all of this and I have an expectation that good should happen to. I have done so much good, so good should happen to me. What I desire should happen to me. What is good for me? What is good for me? Good is what I desire. If it happens, that is good. Right. So I have done so much. I have done all this good, and my desire is not happening. So no good is happening. I have done good. Nothing good is happening. That is how the world describes karma, right? You do good, good will happen to you. You do bad, bad will happen to you. It's not as straightforward. It's not so linear, actually. It's not what you think is good. Whatever is happening is good. But we think what I think should happen to me, my desire, my wants should happen. And then he is given everything is controlled by fate, and fate is the ultimate refuge of all. Very nicely, all that he has come. But still, he is telling he's not able to let go. No, when we have these strong desires, we have a very strong need to control the outcome. Strong desires bring up that strong need to control outcomes. And our world also, it talks about that. No, you go after your desire, you keep doing it, you keep I mean, I'm not saying that is wrong. You persevere and you do it knowing that the outcome may be something completely different from what you want. Like Nochur Swamigal will say, have a goal, lay down the steps. After laying down the steps, drop the goal. You just go through the steps with perseverance. Don't expect to control the outcome. Lay down the steps. Have the goal only to lay down the steps, because you have to walk, right? We all have to walk somewhere in some direction in our life. So lay down the steps. After that, you drop the goal. Now don't hold on to the goal. You just do work on the steps, step by step. Whatever happens, happens. He's very nicely saying everything is controlled by fate, and fate is ultimate refugee. But I have come now to ask you, will you help me realize my desire to reach the heavens with a mortal body?
Here there is one example which Raghuramji has given. It seems he had one colleague when he was working as a civil engineer. And this colleague was absolutely, he was too straightforward, extremely honest, extremely trustworthy, never have taken a bribe, not even one single bribe he would have taken, and everything would have ensured that this done, on a honest manner. So, but he would dress up in like one dress, one shirt and one pant almost all the days and all that. And then there is always sadness only in his eyes, sadness in the way, and there is always constant complaint also. So Raghuramji asked him, "What happened, no, sir? Sir Raghuram, sir, I have never lived a life, no, with lies or dishonesty or bribes and corruption or anything. I've never even caught up in all these things. I've lived such a dharmic life. And see, what is this? What am I living here? Huh? What? And so there was a constant, so every day there was a constant only complaint. I've done so much of punya for this life. I've done this, I've done that, I've done this. But see, I can't even now. My children are like this. My daughter is like this. I am like this. But see, look at the others. They have lived. They are taking bribes. They are doing this. They are doing, and they are living well. So there was a feeling of lackness that I am following dharma, and so I am like this. The other is not at all following dharmic life, and see, they are enjoying. So Raghuramji was saying very well, don't bring dharma here. And then start complaining about your fate and destiny, just because you have chosen to live your life honestly, just because you have chosen to live in a straightforward manner without telling lies, or you have taken care of everyone in the house and everything like that. You have that is the true quality you have dealt. Don't bring in complaints or anything. Rather than, I would suggest you to take the bribe and live a life of happiness, rather than sitting and complaining and whining in life. So here also very important here is, there some people also say, no, I am doing punya so that and doing all kinds of wonderful things so that I gather good punya, so that, so you are again want, so they want to have a good outcome. So that is why you are going good for the world. So Swami Vivekananda also say, you want to serve, just serve. Don't even think about why are you serving, for what are you serving. He writes very strongly in Karma Yoga chapter also, very very well, that you are not here to think that I am gathering punya so that I can get like this, like this, like this in my next life, or in this life I can get all this. If you have these list and then you are doing your work, then that is not what is the right attitude. What is your attitude here? And you can see very clearly what is Trishanku's attitude here. I have done all these things, but everything is futile now. So sometimes, it's important again to reflect upon ourselves also. That is, sometimes we women also say, have that habit, right? I have served my elders at home. I have done this at home. I have done this at home. I've taken my children, and see how they are talking, how disrespectful were. Everything is, why did I even take care of my mother-in-law and father-in-law like this, Prabha? But still I get the brunt of it. They come and scold me. They come and do this to me and this thing. What was the point of all these things? It was waste of my time, and now I don't get respect, this. It was better that I would have left them here. So what you're questioning your actions, just because the outcome what you have not got is right now is not your according to your satisfaction. So you've already done wonderful things, but by the questioning you have derailed everything. That you have done, taken care of whoever is there at your home. You have done a beautiful way of serving the society or whatever it is. You have done because you wanted to do. It was giving you that contentment, and you wanted to serve others. You're not doing it so that you are able to get that acknowledgement from the society, from your house, from your people, from what my desire is. I want to be taken care when I am growing up. That's why I'm going to take care of my people. I'm going to get the good. My mother-in-law is going to be so pleased for me, so that she will grant me hundreds of Mysore silk saris. So then it will be very very wonderful. So it's better that we don't have this kind of a discussion. I see that this kind of discussions happening. It's not to judge others, but sometimes it's so important for us to understand where we are caught. how we are caught in that strong power of desire, and also the attitude towards what all work we have done, wonderful work we have done, but again questioning that work, saying that I have done all these things, still I am suffering. I am done all these things, still I am diagnosed with this condition. I've done all these things, still why am I sitting and I'm having hundreds of situations, Prabha, that I'm having this. So just because you did this, don't expect this. That's what Raghuramji always says, that don't equate these things to that. You have done it, you have done it. You're having some very difficult experiences right now. Don't relate that you have done this, why did I get it? You have not done it, why did I get it? You have got this experience, that's it. Face value at that particular situation, don't think too much. So I thought that's such an important thing to bring it up in grahastha ashrama, since we are all there in that stage
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
It's not karma yoga when you expect result for your outcome. So whenever you are working with principles or walking the path of dharma, we accept whatever consequences come. And also, one is that, the other is when we are disappointed, when our desire is not fulfilled, or when we are disappointed, then all these thoughts come in our mind. It is when we are disappointed, when we are happy, these thoughts and all will not come. Okay, but when we are facing some disappointment for whatever reason, at that time, all these thoughts come flooding. I have done this, I have done that. At that point, everything we have done in the dharmic way gets erased. When the moment I attach it to I, what happens? Everything, it becomes heavy, right? It becomes like a burden, whatever I have done. So everything that at that point in time, even if I have done something with absolute no expectation, and I have gone with everything and done with sincerity, but the moment a disappointment comes up and we pick up all of this, that dharma is kind of erased in a way. So disappointments happen. All these are only thoughts in the mind. I'm going to go down to that aspect of it. All these thoughts, whenever there is a disappointment, there will be all these thoughts that come up in our mind. This is not right. I have done this. I have been such a good mother. I have been such a good wife. I have done this. I have done that. But nobody really recognizes what I'm doing. Whatever it is. Okay. Whenever there is a disappointment, when we are feeling low. Okay, I will also tell for women, there can be different times of the month, or, the stages of womanhood, when, the hormones are working a little this way, that way. And it is such times that also, when such things, disappointments can be one thing. And even at such times, when the body is very weak, and we are hoping for some help and somebody does not, that's also a disappointment, right? In some way, if somebody says no, but they may have a genuine reason, but I am also tired at that time, and then we can also, so all of these things at that time, the mind can, because the body is weak, the mind also kind of plays havoc with us. To know that all of these are the play of the mind and not real, to not give them reality and to hold on to them as though it is real. And then what happens, once you hold on to it, it starts adding to that, building up. Once you give these thoughts reality, another instance will happen, and then that will add on to, see, that time also this happened, now also this is happening. So now more stronger reality, and then another, and then third, one more instance, and that reality starts getting accumulated, and too many things start coming together, and it becomes real for us in a way. And then what happens, it takes away our own happiness. But what is happening actually is our body is weak, maybe some disappointment, it is a momentary thing. So the mind is acting like that. So, okay, postpone, or just let it go and postpone it. Don't give reality to it. Look at, is my body tired? Did I sleep enough? Did I eat enough? Is my hormones like this? Or is my desire valid? Whatever I'm feeling, after a while you can think about it, and then automatically this will just die down. Sometimes when we have just postponed it itself, why was I thinking so much, can come up. Sometimes it can become very real for us. So, but whatever is happening in the mind, not to give it reality, to know that it is a delusion coming out of desire, delusion coming out of disappointment, delusion coming out of our weakness of the body. This, if we are clear about, it will not hamper our happiness. It will not distort our path in which we are going.
And it's so important that we should not continuously also blame the fate. See, this is my fate, this is my destiny. It's the power of the subconscious mind. It becomes so important that our thoughts create reality, we say, right? If we continuously keep putting that my destiny is like this to suffer only. I think whatever I do in this life, my destiny is to suffer in this life. When we keep that kind of a powerful seed, this kind of a seed in the subconscious mind, then it becomes a reality that that suffering continues. And who has control over this? Only I can control. I have the choice to move from suffering to absolute contentment and receive receptivity to the abundance given by the universe. Or I have a choice to completely say that this is all by fate. My fate and destiny is here. Some Purva Janma I have done like this. I'm supposed to be suffering. I'm surrounded by people who cheat me. I'm surrounded by people who don't respect me. Da 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 da. All these things we keep continuing. Like how you see the ramblings of Trishanku, everything is controlled by fate. Fate is the ultimate refuge. It is up to now, he says, no, that I want to prove to the world that even fate can be subdued by the attempts of man, that the will of man is more powerful. So here itself, we can say that, can we ever say that the will of the man is more powerful than the will of the divine power? We always say that I leave everything to the divine's plan. The moment we say that, that is itself a surrendering. Here we could immediately see the opposite of surrender. That is the ego rising that I have the power to ensure that the will of the man is more powerful. It's a type A personality style that I can achieve it before I want to do it. I don't bother what others say. I will do it. So, but that rajasikness, if it is combined with the tamoguna, it might move us away from the true self. But if it is moving, if we have Vishwamitra who wants to say, yes, I want to be a Brahma Rishi, the Rajoguna is slowly would move on to Sattvaguna, which you would see that in his journey. So either we go in this side of the pendulum or that side of the pendulum. Now Trishanku is in this side of the pendulum, and you would find how beautifully how Kaushika gets that is Vishwamitra gets even swayed.
Influenced by this tamoguna.
Yes. The moment he has heard Vashishta and his sons have refused itself, it would have brought him an alert signal into his head.
So that fate, karma, in a way, there are two ways, right, of looking at this whole fate, karma, destiny. One is to know, these are the people in my life, they're here to teach me something. They have been chosen because of some vasanas within me. They are a part of my life. Whatever is happening now is happening because of a certain vasana within me, and the life is giving me an opportunity to overcome that. If we do that, then we are coming from the I. That there are two I's, no? I and the ego, the self and the ego. When we come, we can move to the self, or we can overcome and let go of that vasana. This is a very good opportunity given. But by saying, even saying karma, somehow this is what it's not. If it's not happening, it is not happening. I'm accepting it. I have to let go of this desire. Maybe it is not. And if it is, you say, I let go of this desire. If it has to happen, it will come back. If it is not supposed to happen, it will go. I leave it. I surrender. Let me let go. Let me not hold on to it and try to control it. But when we are very caught with the mind and body and with the thoughts that are coming in, and that desire is so strongly, it's like that monkey holding on to that banana. I have told that story earlier. A landlord comes, he's coming to hit, and this monkey is not letting go of the banana only. He's getting hit, but he's not letting go of the banana and running. He's holding on to the desire of that banana. We keep holding on to the desire. Life is hitting us in all ways, showing us in many ways that this is not the right thing for you, but we won't let go of it. We are holding on to it like that. So the other way, one way of saying is, this is destiny. Why is this? My life is like this. Mananna karma. Itara, I have to live like this. This is my karma. You can live like a victim, or you can live empowered. Say, this is an opportunity given to me to overcome this desire, to overcome whatever is holding on to me. It takes some time to understand when you are in it what it is that is. But you are at least on the path when you are saying there's something that is there which is holding me back, which is hitting me strongly. It is my own desire, it is my own vasana. Oh God, reveal it to me. Even that, sometimes we may not. Oh, I surrender to say, please reveal that to me. Sometimes even it will take some time to understand what it is. At the right time, you please reveal it to help and help me let go. Okay, I'll read. Kaushika was filled with affection for this child of fate. He spoke in a soft and gentle voice and he said, "O king, you are welcome to be in my home here. The world knows what a righteous monarch you are. I have decided to help you. Do not be afraid. I will summon all the rishis and ask them to help me to perform a yajna. With this form, with this Chandala's form, which the Guru's curse has given you, with this form I say, I will make you ascend the heavens. Kaushika has been approached by you. You have considered him to be your refuge and you cannot go away empty-handed. I will do it for you." Now this Chandala's eye has become, Kaushika is also with desire. His only desire is he wants to become a Brahma Rishi in competition with Vasishta. So that little Rajas is, quite a bit of a Rajas is still there inside him. So now somebody, and just to give you a very relatable experience, if you see, right, when one is very, I don't know how this will come out, but when one has a lot of, is already feeling very kind of not a weak or not so fully, has a little bit of victimhood and has had all these complaints in the mind already, somebody approaches them, it gives them a good feeling. I will, no, I understand you completely. It is typically, I have told my daughter also, she would say, I want to become a life coach. I would say, you have to first go through experiences of life to become a life coach. Without just, then it is bookish knowledge, theoretical knowledge, you will go and talk about it. Yeah, and then we would talk, so, something when somebody is in a very difficult position, maybe they are addicts or something. Typically, addicts who have come out of addiction can help those who are addicted because they have gone through that experience, which is helpful. But many times, out of this sympathy, people will go in. Yeah, I understand. Because somewhere it massages my ego by giving help. By this thought that I am helping some person, there is a massage to my own ego. Somebody is asking me for help and I am here. Now I have to help this person all the way. That kind of a massaging also that is where Kaushika is right now. He is coming and he is trying to, he is asking, what is he saying? Kaushika has been approached by you. You have considered him to be your refuge and you cannot go away empty-handed. I will do it for you. So here that responsibility is like, yes, come to me now. I am feeling responsible. I have to help him and do everything I can to help him as though it is all in my hand. Now what you have done is you have taken somebody else's destiny and knotted yourself up with that also. No? When we do that. Doesn't mean we should not help. But helping also comes not from the ego, but from a detachment. Then you can see properly and guide. Know that that person will be guided anyway. You do what you can do and the other person will somehow be guided in the right way. But now you are also tied to me. I am also tied to, the Kaushika is tied to the Chandala. Chandala is tied to Kaushika. Now they are going to work together. So in a way, this is all destiny. Both of them will realize after this. Anything anybody else has to say? I think it's very relatable, this whole Vishwamitra story, isn't it? Okay. Kaushika then instigated his... You're all there, right? I mean, Rajashri, everybody who is there. Okay. No response, so just wondering. Okay. If you can turn on your videos, we will know you're all there. Kaushika then instigated his sons to collect all that was necessary for the performance of a yajna. He summoned all his disciples and said, "Go and ask all the rishis to come here. Tell them it is my request. Let them bring their entire ashramas with them." The disciples went in all quarters to bring the many rishis. They came, all of them, to the presence of Kaushika, all except Vashishta and his sons. The words spoken by Vashishta's sons were conveyed to Kaushika. They had said, "Very comical indeed will this yajna be, with a Chandala as the object of the yajna and Kshatriya to perform it. It will be a wonderful sight. One is doubtful as to what the participants will do, how they will react. We wonder how the divine beings will react when they are summoned to receive their share of the havis at the hands of a non-Brahmin. They will have to eat food touched by a Chandala and served by a Kshatriya." Kaushika was extremely incensed by their words and he cursed them to become Nishadhas. Okay, these are the sons of Vashishta. They are saying all this. They are already angered by Trishanku because they said they have cursed him because he has disrespected their father. Probably they are not as mature as their father. So they have said all these words. Anything coming to you, Prabha? I was just thinking, when these are the kind of things told by some Brahmin, then only they'll say Brahmins are doing all kind of nonsense to the non-Brahmins and all. But those who do are not, yeah, they don't know what it is. Anyway, it has angered Kaushika totally. Kaushika then addressed the rishis who had come there at his request and said, "This is King Trishanku, a descendant of the noble Ikshvaku." See, one characteristic you see in this whole Ikshvaku clan is once they hold on to something, they like Harishchandra. He was a Satya Harishchandra. He held on to Satya so strongly. No matter how difficult it was, he went with it so strongly. That dharma was so strongly. Like that, Trishanku, that was, he held on to dharma, but Trishanku held on to the wrong thing. To his desire. Yeah. This is King Trishanku, a descendant of the noble Ikshvaku, a righteous king famed in all the three worlds. He has come to me with a request. He wants to reach the heavens with his body. I have promised to help him and I appeal to all of you to assist me in this attempt. Hearing the words of Kaushika, the rishis said to themselves, "This Kaushika is a man with a very short temper. His anger is dangerous. If we do not assist him, he is going to get angry. And we can never guess what he will do if his anger is turned against us. We have seen the fate of the sons of Vashishta. It is better to help him perform the yajna." So a Nishada is like one who is sent away from the kingdom, I guess.
Nishada is a tribe.
Tribe. They don't live in the kingdom.
I remember Ekalavya was also the Nishada tribe.
Nishada means they are outcasts.
Yes, outcast in the forest kind of thing.
They will be in the forest or somewhere outside the kingdom. They don't stay inside the kingdom.
Yeah.
We have seen the fate of the sons of Vashishta. It's better to help him perform the yajna. Kaushika was the yajaka and the rishis were all willing to do the needful. Yajna proceeded in the proper manner. At the final stage, when the havis was to be offered, Kaushika summoned the devas one by one to receive their share, but not one of them came to accept the havis. Their disapproval of the yajna was obvious. Kaushika was furious at this insult, but he composed himself. and his eyes blazing with anger and his frame trembling, he raised the shruva, the spoon with which ghee is poured into the sacrificial fire, aloft and said, "Look on the power of my tapas. I will raise this king to the heavens with the human body." Kaushika then turned to the king and said, "I command you, O king, to rise into the air and to reach the heavens with this body of yours. If at all I have performed any tapas, I give the result of all that with this end in view, to raise you to the heavens. Rise, Trishanku, and reach the heavens." So, Kaushika is really full of, I have to do it. That full Rajasic thing, I have to do it. He has come for me. Even the Devatas are not coming, not taking clues at all. Not at all taking clues. And going after it, now what has he done? He has given all his tapas shakti also for this purpose. Yes, Prabha.
Such an important sentence is this: the power of all is all my power of my tapas. So I'm going to raise you to the heaven. I am going to ensure that you are going. So it is so, here we would say that's what the Trishanku and Kaushika both are standard example of a different type of a desire and how caught in the loop of me, right? So and Kaushika itself is caught in the loop that I have this tapas, so I will give it to you. Like how Aarti told in the beginning itself, right? The stage of a teacher also, it's so deadly in that way, because a teacher is here to share knowledge. The teacher is here to share their lived experiences or the wisdom. But the teacher says that I will ensure you that you get into be a bits Pilani. I will ensure you this thing. I will make this. So it's a lot of eyes. When you have these eyes, it becomes not only the student also gets carried away into this eye area, the teacher actually moves away from being a teacher into an egoistic person in that way. So there's
And when
everywhere.
somebody even does something from this space of ego for you, it becomes a huge obligation.
Yeah.
That obligation is another shackle
Yes.
for us. You know, if somebody goes so out of the way, you never want to take anything, you desire. Uh, okay, anyway, there is one child that I'm child, not child, youth, right now, who wants to become a pilot that we are facing so badly, but that pilot training and all is like more goes into a crore. The parents are not that affluent. They're decent I mean upper middle class, but to give a crore for a course to go for pilot program, this and that, don't know what are this thing, and it's a very different kind of thinking. So now there is somebody else who has come to the house and has promised that I will give 50% of this money, and the children like you are so very, very smart child, not at all to doubt. Okay, the way the child talks, the way he puts it, very, very smart, very, good child in a way, a nice, this thing. But now this person is telling 50 lakhs, I will give you, you go, I want people like you. But I am thinking this is, maybe I don't know what that person will expect back. But even if that person is not going to expect back, I don't know how 50 lakhs somebody will give, even if that person is giving. And it becomes such a huge obligation on your side. You will feel, if at all, if that person lets go, okay, but that is that huge, this thing, right? That, but this child is feeling so supported now. There is somebody who wants to support my dreams. I'm feeling like this Kaushika and Chandala only here at this point in time. Right? That nobody can say that. First of all, they should leave it to the parents. You can't take it in your hands like this, as though, these desires, this thing. So it can really, really tie you down in a huge way. And also this I that Prabha is telling, right? It's this is where the Hridaya Vidya, Nuchur Swamigal very beautifully tells us that you take this I, whenever this I comes up, it will come up every now and then for some reason, or it can become a beautiful opportunity. That aham, there will be that feeling. I, all these thoughts will be running in the head. Okay, I don't deserve it. I should have got this. Why am I not getting it? Or I will go after this. All this will be coming. At that time, in your heart center, you will feel that, like with the rhythm, you will feel that aham, aham. You will feel a rise of yourself away from that settled being. And then you just hold on to that aham. And when you hold on to keep holding on to that aham, it will dissolve. This is Ramana's. So you can use, whenever this aham comes up, you can use that as a way you hold on to that as a aham and keep observing. Forget the thoughts. All those are on the surface. Get down to the deeper and just watch your heartbeat. That is the near that only this aham keeps coming. And when you listen to this aham, it will set, when after a while, take some time. When you hold on to that, it is like saying, who is thinking these thoughts? It is this aham in the heart center. Just to hold on, it will slowly disappear and dissolve. That desire will dissolve if we do it that way.
Yeah.
Everything is an opportunity. Everything, it can also bring us down. Opportunity only to let go. Let go, let go, let go of everything that is shackling me.
It's like climbing the steps, no? We need to let go of the bottom step to go to the first step. So for every growth for us is something to let go, something we need there. If we sit and reflect upon it like a swadhyaya, it will help us a lot. What can I let go in this situation? What am I holding on here? What can I choose to, release, and what can I choose to nourish myself? Every situation when we do, then we'll climb the ladders. Otherwise, we stay there only or go down. That's it.
We climb the ladder to get closer to our self,
Yeah.
which is actually hid. Thirayin pin nirkindrai kanna. That thirai is nothing but all these vasanas which bring up the desires, multiple vasanas. So one by one, as you keep unveiling by letting go, we will see that kanna without the thirai. Okay, that is the whole this thing. So whenever that, even when something happens now, we will say, shit, again I lost my temper. No, it's okay. At that time, instead of thinking about the temper, you go back to say, oh, who thought? Why did I lose the temper? Instead of getting into that angle, just say, who is the one who lost the temper? Aham, 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 aham. Hold on to that aham, and slowly that will be let go. You will feel free of it. Use it as an opportunity instead of saying, ayo, why is this coming? Just like Kunti, no? And then we will talk like Kunti. Every time this come up, oh God, whenever this comes up, I'm remembering you. So keep giving me more and more, I'm remembering you. So everyone was watching with bated breath. Suddenly Trishanku began to rise above the ground. He folded his palms and saluting the Rishi, he rose in the air. And even as they were all looking on, he vanished into the clouds. Indra, however, was not pleased with this intruder. He said, Trishanku, go back to the earth. You are not fit to dwell in the heavens, cursed as you are by your guru. We are not prepared to make you one of us. Trishanku was pushed rudely, and he found himself falling downwards. He called out to Kaushika and said, my lord, they have thrown me out and I'm falling down. Save me. Kaushika was very angry and very sad too. He could not bear the thought that the Devas could be so jealous and so selfish. He said, stop wherever you are. The fall of Trishanku was arrested halfway. Then, in the presence of all the rishis, Kaushika, like another Brahma, began to create a new heaven for Trishanku in the southern direction. He created the 7 rishis and other stars. He created the 7 clusters of stars. He then said, I am going to create another Indra who will eclipse the present Indra. Kaushika began his task, and his intention was to make an entirely new host of devas also. So this whole creation is not a very great thing, right? That is why we don't pray to Brahma. Even today when we look at, I don't know how many of you are using AI, artificial intelligence, AI, ChatGPT, or there are so many AI tools. It's amazing. It's amazing. You know, if somebody said, somebody asked somebody, do you have a smartphone? He said, no, I don't want to have, want to have a phone that is smart. I want to be smart. Like this, like that. The AI, it is amazing. And if from a young age, I think if children do that, they will not want to use their brain only. I hope they don't bring it to schools. Let them develop. When they're working, it is okay. It can help work become faster, maybe. So that AI is almost imitating everything a human being does. It gives so much feelings. Okay, you talk to the chat GPT. Oh, what a wonderful question. It's a very inspiring, profound question. First of all, that validation, then everybody will connect to ChatGPT all the time. Even I, for one time, for some reason, it came and none of those lines came. I missed those lines. Why is it not throwing those lines of, it's such a profound question, it is not coming. Then I realized, oh, it always throws that, right? And today it is not there. So it can be so, it is becoming so much more powerful. It is a creation, right? It is another form of creation, trying to mimic the human being. It can only limit itself to creating as far as the Panchakosha. They can make robots with the Panchakosha, but the supreme consciousness cannot be induced in it. That awareness cannot be induced. Like that, this Kaushika is now doing a creation. He's creating the stars, the Saptarishi Mandala, the Swarga. He's putting another Indra. He's doing all that creation. Now, so what lengths he's going to satisfy his ego? It is this kind of ego, right? It's an ego of identity, status. That coffee day where a guy, he committed suicide. See, you get into a debt trap. You have a certain status to meet, and then you're not able to meet it. You don't want to say that I am not able to meet that kind of say. Even with Punjab farmers, that's what they say. During the Green Revolution, they became very, 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 very rich. But afterwards, what happened? They were not able to meet the requirement. They were not able to make as much money, but now they have created a status. We don't want to go down. And then you keep taking loans and you try to hold on to the same living standard of living. And then they got into a huge debt crisis, and then they don't want to, all the money lenders come behind you. It's a horrible, it's all a shackle you're creating for yourself that way. You want to read, Prabha?
Yeah, we have 5 more minutes. So there
Just
was
read this
great
paragraph.
commotion in the heavens, and the rishis and the devas from the heavens approached Kaushika with great humility and said, Kaushika, please listen to our words. It has been said that one who has been cursed by his guru cannot reach the heavens, and that was why we did what we did. It was in no way meant to cast aspersions on your greatness. Hearing their words, Kaushika said, You are jealous of him, and so you treated him thus. I will not let him come back to the earth. He is a righteous man and he does not deserve the curse of his guru nor the punishment you are trying to met out to him. Devas then said, we take back what we said. We agree to anything you say. Kaushika said, I will not go back on my promise to Trishanku that I will let him go to the heavens with this earthly body. The heavens I have created for him will be permanent. The stars and the seven rishis and the entire galaxy which have been created by me will be permanent. Indras may come, Indras may go, but the heaven I have built for Trishanku will last forever. Trishanku Swarga will be forever. The Devas, led by Indra, agreed with humility, and Indra said, so be it. This world of stars and gods, which you have created out of your tapas, will remain forever, proclaiming to the world your greatness. Trishanku will rule the heaven built for him like another Indra. All the stars will move in their orbits for him, and his fame and name will last forever. Kaushika was satisfied by their promise, and Trishanku was happy. Rishis went back to their ashramas and the devas to their abode. Only Kaushika was left. He was all alone, and his treasury of tapas was empty. He had given all he had for the sake of a king whose suffering was too much. Kaushika, however, was happy that he had helped someone in trouble.
Finish it like a very happy story.
Yeah. He has not realized that his treasury of tapas has been empty, but now the ego is still trying to justify that I have helped someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He has helped someone. Trishanku will always be in that makeshift Swarga only. It's only a makeshift Swarga. Just
This
to very
Trishanku is
quickly.
such an important thing for us also, is important in even in the art of expressions for us. So many times for us is we are in the Trishanku space where we don't know how to express that this a no or a yes, or this I don't want, this I want. This is not to be done, this is to be done. Sometimes in that place also, I find I find us being kind of caught between that not able to say no also, right? Not able to say what is in our mind. So that is where we also need to understand at that time, am I caught? Sometimes some people say, no, Prabha, I've been pulled by all directions. So if I ask them because I'm not able to say what I want to say, I know that this is wrong, but do not want to say because this is not right for me to say, because that person will get upset. This person will get hurt. But sometimes, but instead of you being trying to be a Trishanku who is pulled apart by many places and be getting overwhelmed, it's important at that time a person needs to understand that, can I remain composed and centered and say what is needed to be said, but say it in a ahimsa manner, that is an absolute compassionate manner, but what is there in my thought? That this is what is needed, rather than choosing to be a Trishanku, that I choose to be pulled by all the sides, but I tossed here and there. So if you are in a situation in your life where you say, I'm tossed here, there, I'm tossed between my husband and my son, I'm tossed between this and that means you have chosen to be Trishanku. They have not made you that. It's you who have to remember to little bit step back and decide, now how do I empower myself to say and do and act what is needed in this situation. How am I wanting to be chosen to be Trishanku? Who here Trishanku, why no? Because here in a funny manner, when Trishanku falls, it seems Vishwamitra says go up. Again Trishanku falls, Vishwamitra goes. That's why he's hanging between the three worlds. So that is why it is called Trishanku. So Satyavrata becomes Trishanku. Satyavrata becomes Chandala. Chandala, he becomes Trishanku, a person who is tossed into between the three worlds. So here, very important for us to look through the week, a good reminder for us to reflect on our life, where in which part of our situations or experiences in our life where we have chosen to be Trishankus, and how we can choose to come out of Trishanku's role, empower ourselves. I think this is a wonderful, important Swadhyaya for all of us.
It was a wonderful class today.
Thank you. We'll end
The
our
only place, even Swarga, right? Even when we say Swarga, even if we go to it, Swargaloka is, if you say Om Bhur, Bhuva, Swaha, Tapo, Mahar, and then Brahmaloka, there's one I missed out somewhere in between. Janaloka, there is one. Okay. Bhur, Bhuva, Swaha, Tapo, Jana. I think Jana comes next to Tapo, and then Brahmaloka, 7 lokas above. Even if you reach Brahmaloka, there is every possibility that is the shloka, and I think it's time. Maybe next class I will show. I'm not remembering it out of the head, but what it says is, even if you reach Brahmaloka, you can fall. Even Brahmaloka is the highest loka. The only way to completely be rid is to know that I'm not the mind and I'm not the body, and to be in that abode of the self, of the divine. Just giving a perspective here. When we do punya, we aim to go to Swarga. But that Swargaloka, we think when I do this, what is that Swarga? Swarga is a space in the mind. When I am in this world, if I'm in a good place, I have a good house, I have good entertainment, I have a very comfortable life, then that is a Swargaloka for me. It's a mind world in a way. That is Swargaloka. In the next Janma, I'm getting a very nice house, maybe if I do punya. But like Raghuramji will always say, everything comes in a package. It always comes in a package. You will have a very nice house, but there will be something that comes as difficulty along with that package, which is just as difficult, probably. As good as it is, it will be as difficult as it is. It will kind of, that is the nature of all the mind worlds. So don't aim to be in any of these mind worlds. Don't aim to be, always be, we should aim to be at the feet of the divine, in his abode, in his service. Not in
Vaikuntha.
huh?
Vaikuntha.
iPhone?
Vaikuntha.
Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is beyond Brahmaloka. Okay. So Vaikuntha is beyond. Vaikuntha is at his feet, no? Vaikuntha is when for us the form is Vishnu. I want to be at the feet of Vishnu, then you are in Vaikuntha. You want to be at the feet of Shiva, you will be in Kailasha. That's all. You want to be at the feet of Devi, you will be in Manidvipa. That's how it. But all that is beyond. Beyond, depending upon who is your Ishtadevata. But up to Brahmaloka, wherever you keep doing good, I am doing good, so, that is, I am not doing anything. He is the doer. I am merely an instrument in his hand. Whatever is happening, he is making it happen through me. I am not even there. Is a state that we need to constantly remind us of initially until we are able to settle it. It doesn't mean we should not do good. We should do good. I mean, not with the sense of I. If there is something good that has to be done, we will go ahead and do it because it's needed at that point in time. But we don't have to go out of the way. It is like, I have to give this person money. I have this, there was a story. One lady, she really thought from the America, she came here, she thought she was giving good education. She was doing a lot of things. At the end of the day, it became clear that whatever she was thinking, she was doing some good, as though she knew what was good for the people. You don't even understand what is good for those people in the village. What is right? She thought she was doing good, and all those people felt controlled by her and they were prema, and she felt very bad. So, doing good, I don't have to overly go and do good. But if a situation presents itself, I don't have to step back. I can do what I can do. That's it. Knowing that this situation has presented, whatever I can do, God is making it happen through me. God will similarly give whatever is needed for this person from other people. Not take a whole lot of doership. Do whatever you can out of sincerity. But if beyond a point you're not able to do much, leave it to God. Don't take, oh, I was not able to help. Nothing. God is there. So much whatever could be done through this instrument has been done, maybe. That's all. We'll close the session. असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Aarti.
Thank you, Prabha.
Thank you, Ardiji. Thank you, Pradeep Prabha. How is Bala?
Bala is fine. Today she has gone to Hassan to pick up her daughter from there. So that's why she couldn't come.
Oh, acha. Your daughter has come from US?
No, she's studying in...
Studying. Acha.
She's studying in Hassan. So